Well, school is almost out for the summer, and with all that free time for kids to play comes the need for a discussion about safety. And one book about an adorable dog with a safety mission could help you get that conversation started. So joining me live now in studio to talk about their book are children's authors Tracey and Angel Jimenez. Thank you so much for coming here today. You've come all the way across the country. And Tracey, I have to ask you, because you have some Boston roots here. You have a pretty famous relative. Tell me about that connection.
Absolutely. My family cousin is Boston Red Sox legend Ted Williams. So it's an honor and privilege to be here in Boston.
All right, so I've got to ask you about this book. I read it over the weekend to my 5-year-old, and she was so captivated by the story about this little dog on the safety site and in his vest and his helmet and everything. Do you think that children maybe see a little piece of themselves in this story when it comes to talking about safety and the need for safety?
I think so, definitely. I mean, in the book in itself, when you read it, it talks about Diego making a lot of mistakes while he's on this construction site trying to find his way. So it encourages children to understand that making mistakes, it's a part of life, and that's how we learn.
And I know this book kind of came from your background working in safety.
Yes. I've been in safety for over 20 years, working a variety of different construction sites. And during this time, actually, Diego, I picked up Diego in San Diego, that's why his name is, and I actually took him to a construction site with me, and he spent day to day. So really the book is a bit about real life and what would happen on the construction site.
Now I know you're both parents, and now you have a grandson as well. Why do you think it's so important to have that conversation about safety with children, especially early on when they're young?
Absolutely. It's so important to teach our children safety lessons from an early age so that they have that safety mindset going into their childhood and teenage years and, of course, into adult life. But they will become second nature to them, these safety habits, and learning to grow up to stay safe and stay well is part of the mission with Safety Dog Diego.
So I know that in this particular story, the dog is on a construction site and he has a lot of scenarios related to that, but you guys are also kind of key on safety with parents and parental awareness of hazards as we're coming into summer vacation. Talk about your tips for parents and what they should be on the lookout for as we're coming into summer.
Well, definitely, during the summer months, one of the things we look at, and some things we may overlook, is your children's ability to swim. Right? So even strong swimmers get panicked and get tired very quickly. So we want to make sure they're always keeping an eye on them, which kind of segues into my second point is supervision. Just scanning back and forth from the pool or wherever the water is isn't enough. You actually have to have a dedicated water watcher to make sure that your children is safe, especially when other kids are around splashing. It's easy to lose one.
And you have some tips about just playing outside in the heat too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So important to, if you're at a playground structure, check and make sure that the surface is not too hot. We forget about that during those hot summer months, as well as reapplying our sunscreen. Most parents apply the sunscreen, but they forget. So reapplying every 2 hours so kids don't get burned, and making sure that they're drinking water and taking breaks. Sometimes, kids are so excited, they want to play and have so much fun, but having a little rest and making sure to stay hydrated is very important.
All right, good tips.
Yes.
And we're talking about caregivers and coming into the summer, and of course nobody wants their child to do the summer slide. So if a caregiver is looking to get this book, maybe they want to read it to their child this summer, where can they go to find it?
So Safety Dog Diego is available on various websites like Amazon, our website, and also Barnes & Noble's, Walmart, or anywhere books are sold. You can go into your local bookstore and actually ask them to order a copy if they don't have it at the moment.
And I know you guys are kind of going all over the country right now, and unfortunately we're coming into the summer here, so it's not a time where educators would have you into the classroom to talk about your book, but do you do in-class visits? Can educators set something like that up?
We do. So we have gone in class to various schools so far. Sometimes we're able to take Diego, which is so much fun for the kids, but they can contact us on our website. We do have a contact us page, and we love to do community events and book readings for children.
Wonderful, and I know you got a couple of other books that you're working on now, so I appreciate your time. We're eager to see what else you come up with.
You.
So Tracey and Angel Jimenez, thank you again for coming in today.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.